Making money. Focus. How important is money to you personally? Do you see money as fundamentally good or evil? No need to apologize for BMWs or blondes. Mary Ellen Sinan. Making money solves most problems, and in Ireland today, plenty of men are making plenty of money. The only reasonable response is a cry of, "Well done." Yet, instead we are hearing complaints that too many Irish are now making too much money. We are hearing accusations of greed and criticism about pressure. Why? Because there are people who are envious, mean-spirited, and incapable, and when they see other people enchanted with making money, they can only hiss and begrudge. One could say their complaints are pettiness and ought to be ignored. But I believe it is more than just begrudgery, and I believe there is danger. For although there is no more virtuous activity than making money, even the Irishmen who do it best do not seem to understand why it is such a good thing. Certainly, they know that making money makes their life better, but they have no understanding of the morality of what they are doing. You can hear their uncertainty when they talk about their work. An industrialist says he has been lucky and points to how many jobs his industry has created. But wealth is never built by luck. It is built by brains. And the point of industry is profit. You know, a man understands the morality of money when he says, "I had the idea for this factory. I took the risk, put in the long hours to make it work, and every year I intend to get more productivity out of every worker, and deliver more profit to myself, and I love it." Yes, of course such a man will create employment, will have a healthy effect on local life, but none of this is the point. He is making money through trade. That is virtuous. Trade is the means by which man gets what he wants, freely and without coercion. It is the free exercise of an individual's judgment in pursuit of whatever he values. What a begrudger says is, "He has plenty, never earns plenty," as though the wealth just existed by chance, so we must redistribute it. That is greed, and the danger of the capitalist's ignorance of their virtue lies just there. They do not understand that to capitulate to redistribution is wrong. A man's money is a man's liberty. When the state controls a man's money, it controls the man. That is why the liberty of citizens rests in many people having lots of money. When private citizens have money, they must use it wisely, or lose it to more clever citizens, to whose hands the stuff will be better used. When the state has money, it is used for political purposes. Money in their hands produces nothing. In private hands, it produces goods, services, jobs, decent houses, healthy teeth, well-educated children, safer cars, and all the other things that make life agreeable. It also produces, around the fringes, blondes, Armani suits, and Rolex watches, and while those may be irritating, they are never compulsory. The meat and potatoes are work, productivity, creativity, investment, and profit. Irishmen shaping their lives through their own work with their own money. Why begrudge them a blonde and a Hermes tie? Comprehension. 1. Are people who make money praised for it? 2. What is the ultimate aim of business? 3. Explain in your own words how the writer sees trade. 4. Why is money better in private hands? 5. Why should we not begrudge the rich their little luxuries? Out here a guy could be lured into thinking that there is more to life than just power or money. Discussion. How important 1. How important is money in your society? What else does your society value? 2. Do you agree with the way the writer sees trade? What kinds of coercion might there be in reality? 3. Can you think of any activity more virtuous than making money? If so, what is it? And what is it more virtuous? And why is it more virtuous? 4. Is money ever better used in public hands rather than private hands? 5. Does having money improve life for individuals? 6. Does having money generally have a positive or negative effect on people's character? Justify your answer. Activities. A. Imagine you've been given 100,000 to spend in 1 week. Working in groups. Decide how you are going to use it. What are you going to buy? Are you going to make any investments? Will you give any family, friends, charity? Come to a group decision. Then compare your ideas with those of other groups in the class. Did you find your plans were very similar or quite different? What do you think your plans said about your character? B. Write a letter to the newspaper that printed the article, giving your own personal views, or write an essay, How a Million Changed My Life. Ammunition box. Keywords. Investment. The money put into account or a company in order to make a profit. Capital. Money or property. Account. Where money is held at the bank. Funds. Money available. Money market. Banks and other institutions that buy, lend, or borrow money for profit. Financial. To do with money. Affluence. Wealth. Prosperous. Successful. Handy hint. Ancient coins were probably first invented in China and appeared again in what is now modern-day Turkey in c. 70 BC. Paper money was also invented in China, while banks and credit existed in ancient Babylon, now parts of Iraq, Greece, and Rome, all well over 2,000 years ago. The birth of modern capitalist thought is often ascribed to the book Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith, 1776. He preached that economic freedom, laissez-faire, with as little government control as possible was the best way for countries to enrich themselves. The opposite of this was Karl Marx's The Capital, 1867, which argued capitalism meant the concentration of wealth in the hands of a few rich, and that they would then be overthrown by revolution and a system of communism. Central economic control by governments to achieve a fair balance. Networking. Find out about financial institutions around the world. Books. Bonfire of the Vanities by Tom Wolfe, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, The Money Drunk by Mark Bryan and Julia Cameron. Films. Wall Street, 1987, directed by Oliver Stone. Trading Places, 1983, directed by John Landis. Play. Money by Carol Churchill. Website. www.bundesbank.de, www.stw.organization, www.worldbank.organization.